exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fish-eye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. Tube baits. Whether Texas rigged or with an exposed jighead, both are considered an all-around staple to smallmouth anglers.
Awesome.
This week, Kim enlightens us on the beneficial characteristics of each and affirms that when it comes to tube fishing, wake up and smell the coffee. Amidst the brilliance of the fall foliage, Kim Stricker slowly idles out, fully aware of the magnificence that encircles the crystalline waters of northern Michigan. Colors of gold, orange, and reds, reminding him of the autumn transition taking place below the surface as well.
The bait fish activity and stuff, it's definitely fall starting to happen. I'm getting pumped up. Coffee tube working along the bottom. Looks like a nice little tantalizing crayfish. There's a fish. Coffee tube. Not a bad fish at all. Look at here. It's not the giants that this lake is known for, but it's a good one. Still a nice fish. Oh yeah. I'll get my net here. There you go, smallmouth. Well, that's a good start for the day. Coffee tube. Yes, sir. And he gulped it too. There he goes. Nice, chunky, healthy smallmouth. You can see the little parasites in it.
These small black spots are caused by pigment that the fish deposits around the larval stage of a parasitic trematode, which has encysted in the fish's tissue. For the most part, black spot does not affect the growth or longevity of the infected fish and is incapable of infecting humans. As in the case with all fish parasites, black spot is destroyed by thorough cooking. My recommendation to you is just sprinkle a little more pepper on it.
Look at that bait. That's a good sign. That is a real good sign. Let's see if we can see those bait fish. Look at that ball of bait. Though, I mean, they're big. I don't think they're smelt, but they're big. They kind of look like smelt, but their nose looks different. But I mean, those fish got to be this long. There's a fish. Right on this point. Ooh, yeah, not a bad fish at all. Look at it, look at that, look at this. Is that a riot? Is that a riot? That's why you fish for smallmouths. Man, that's awesome. Awesome, that's a decent fish. Ooh, he's a fighting. He's a fighting. Look here, come up and show off for the camera. Come on. Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh, I love that. Love that sound. Yes, yes, yes. Smallmouth fishing in the fall. Yeah. Wow. Lots of fun. Coffee tube. That's the magic Goby color. I use it a lot. I like a tube that's got some purple in it, and it's got purple. We'll talk more about that later, but look at that. I like it, I like it, I like it. I definitely like it. Let's get some more of those.
If you like what you see on today's program, be sure to like us on Facebook as well. We'll be right back. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Seagar, trust Seagar when everything else is on the line. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. Aquaview, reinventing underwater cameras. Deep Blue Coffee, dive in. And by Boat US, providing water towing and insurance programs to boaters. Most of us appreciate the aroma of fresh coffee beans, as well as the flavor of a freshly brewed cup. Well, oddly enough, it was Strike King that discovered, so do the fish. The coffee tube is actually scented with real coffee bean granules and coffee bean oil. This natural and organic scent, coupled with impregnated salt, is very attractive to bass, and as a result, they grab on and hold on longer.
There's a good one. Ooh, yeah, that feels like a good one. They all feel good, but this one feels good. Look at this. Ooh, that's a real good one. Come on over here, big fish. That is a dandy. Here he comes. Look at this, look at it. Ooh, that is a giant smallmouth. Ooh, that is a big fish. Oh my gosh. That is a pig. Look at that smallmouth. Is that awesome? He twisted my line. He did all kinds of stuff to it. But he ate my coffee tube big time. There he goes. Look at that slab of smallmouth. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Boy, they live here. They're kind of few and far between right now, but man, these are the kind you can catch this time of year. Temperatures probably upper 50s. The water temperature is 55. And these are feeding up for the winter. And they have a long, cold winter up here, that's for sure. Magic Goby. All right. Gosh, that's a nice one. Like it, I like it, I like it. There we go. That's what lives here. Look at those fish up there. Look at those fish. Whole lot of them right there, cruising. Look. Oh, come on. Whole lot of them. Do you see them up there? They're up shallow up there. But look at that, I mean, they're just cruising. Cast ahead of them. Look at that. That's the thing that's nice to have the yellow S11 sunglasses on a cloudy day like this. It really helps you see better than, you know, the darker lenses. I often use the amber, you know, it covers kind of both worlds, but boy, it pays to have. There he is. One grabbed it. Oh, that one grabbed it, but I got a feeling that it ain't no smallmouth. Look at this.
Well, it appears Kim has hooked a coho salmon, which is not that uncommon in this neck of the woods. In the fall, throughout the Great Lakes system, salmon migrate up the contributing rivers to spawn, and a good number will gradually reach connecting lakes as well, and often cruise the shallows.
Is that awesome? Look at those beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful for sure. I had previously asked our friend Captain Ben Wolf from Sportfish, Michigan about the average size of the salmon.
Coho is about 7 pounds. They're down a little bit this year than what they were last year. Last year we were closer to 8 to 9. We had quite a few over 10. This year it's probably 6 to 7. Kings are down a little bit too. We had a lot over 20 last year.
There he goes. I mean, from a distance, I thought those were bass, but that was different. Awesome. There's a lot of that kind of fishing up here. I mean, you've got coho fishing and Chinook salmon fishing, steelhead fishing, on top of all the great smallmouth fishing. And that's one of the things that Sportfish Michigan specializes in, are those Great Lakes cold water fish. It would behoove you, if you come up here, to give that a shot. Don't just come for the smallmouth. There's a lot more Sportfish Michigan offers up here.
There's more hookin' and lookin' right after these messages.
I'm running the side imaging right now. There's an area of wood here that I want to fish. That could very well hold some good smallies. Bite my tube, smallmouth. Come on, you gotta be down there. That Texas rig tube goes over that wood, and much better than a exposed hook. Better he whack it. There's a good one. I mean, he absolutely smacked it. Thunk. Look at, ooh, yes. Holding on that wood. Come on up here. Come on up. Ooh. Yeah, bad fish at all. Come on up for the camera. There we go. Perfect. Just like it's supposed to happen. Holding on that wood. Now see, I changed up. Let me pull this down. I changed up to a Texas rigged tube. That's a whole nother way you can rig it, and we'll talk about that. But it's obviously weedless and snag proof, but nice chunky fall smallmouth. Man, well, I'm gonna catch me some more of them. Tells me there's minnows around there. If you see something, that bird sees it. And where the bait fish are, schools of smallies are.
Neighboring the scattered wood, schools of juvenile yellow perch were carrying out their yearly fall migration shallow. Balls of the tantalizing baitfish were billowing up from the deep edge, cruising further on the flat to feed on zooplankton, positioning themselves around the scattered patches of Vallisneria. In turn, the smallmouths, fully aware of the autumn routine, capitalize on the alluring opportunity and annually feed up for winter. Here, pay attention to this. Here's a prime example of how dependent these fish are on their sight in clear water. Watch as this big smallmouth closely approaches. You'll notice that it happens to be blind in its left eye and is totally unaware of Danny's presence from this angle. Then suddenly, he's startled the moment he feels the threat. When Danny exhales, its fins stand up in alarm and he quickly swims away.
Look at that smallmouth right there. Look at him, look at him. They're up here. Long casts make a difference. You get too close to those fish, boy, they'll spook away. Got a little too close, yeah. Boy, if they see you, they spook, but they're here. He knows there's something happening here. And I'll bet you anything it's juvenile perch. That's the reason they're here. Those schools of juvenile perch. It's alive. It's alive.
Want more underwater content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, introducing the all-new Evinrude E-Tech G2. Cushit, world's most comfortable rod butt. Simms Fishing Products, the choice of professional guides and anglers worldwide. And by Sportfish Michigan, your source for the top charter captains and guides.
If you've been watching the show, all my spinning reels are filled with smackdown braid. And I use the high vis yellow, so I can see the bites, I can see the line pop, I can also see the line fall. When you've got clear line or monofilament or whatever, you can't really see it that well. Especially a green line, you can't see it very well above the water. But having braid, the sensitivity that I feel all the way through my rod, I can feel the tube just kind of slithering through the little scattered weeds, and then you can feel the hardness of a piece of wood when you come across it and you just pop it off it. But the feel is so sensitive. And another thing with having braid, it seems to last long. I mean, you don't have to change your line as often. And then underwater, to have it virtually invisible is to have a fluorocarbon leader. And I've tied on about 8 foot here of fluorocarbon leader. That's the way to do it. So if you haven't changed over to braid on your spinning equipment, I suggest you do. There we go. Oh yeah. That feels like a good one too. He thinks he's huge. Smallmouth are the greatest, man. Look at this, look at it. But fishing that Texas rigged tube. Come on over to the net. There you go. Gosh, I tell you, you fought like you were a lot bigger than that. You're a nice little chunk though. Texas rigged. Don't get me wrong, but let him go. That was good. But don't get me wrong, I'd much rather use an exposed hook. You'll get more hookups, but there's just certain places in the heavy weeds or definitely around wood and brush and things like that that you need to use a Texas rig.
A Texas rigged tube is undeniably weedless and snag-free and comes through the grass and wood effortlessly, as compared to an exposed hook. Another notable difference to remember is that a Texas rigged tube will fall in a straight line to the bottom, whereas a standard tube jighead will spiral as it descends.
This cast right here. Right to the sweet spot. There it is. Just like I said, right to the sweet spot. Once you figure where they're at. Ooh, gosh, I love it. This never gets old. Never gets old. Ah, man. Look at, come on up, Sheldon. They all feel good. And I'm not going to say this is a better fish, but it feels like a better fish. Oh yeah, it's better than that last one, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, look at them down that clear water, huh? Oh yeah, keep doing that. Nice fish. He ain't done yet. He ain't done, he's done now. That's a good chunker. Absolutely. Absolutely. Open your mouth. Man. Good solid chunk of smallmouth. Huh? Just beautiful fish. Love this time of year. I can say it over and over and over and over and over. Those are nice, nice fish. Without question, I absolutely love to finesse fish for smallmouth in the fall, especially in northern Michigan. However, next week, we modify to the other extreme. Seagar brand manager Jerry Benedicto accompanies us to legendary Lake Okeechobee to thoroughly challenge the attributes of smackdown braided line. A testimonial indeed, winching big Florida largemouth out of the jungle of vegetation. Like many of you out there, I was first introduced to the camaraderie and competitive aspect of bass tournament fishing when I first joined a bass club, the Michigan Bassmasters. That was nearly 40 years ago, and they're still going strong today. So to all you bass clubbers around the world who watch our program each week, a heartfelt
hook and look, yeah!
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.